Okay, so welcome again. I am Debbie Walton. I am a master personal trainer. I've been in the fitness wellness business for 42 years. And I just learned years ago that I love making people healthier because they got happier. It's absolutely true. When you feel like you're controlling your health, you are happier, but it goes deeper than that. Now we know how to really affect the chemistry of the brain, and we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. But I'm certified through Cornell in plant-based nutrition. I wanted to go back to school to learn more about how to take care of our body because I have some serious health issues in my family tree. You know, I don't know what brought you here tonight, but I'm thankful you're here. Is it something that you want to help improve health situation? Is it something in your family tree that you don't want to develop? We now know that we can trump our genes. They're saying 80 to 90% of the time, you guys. My mom had a heart attack at age 29, and I am 62 and have no health, no cardiovascular issues, and doctors are pretty floored by that. They typically, on the rare occasion I go get a checkup, they ask me what in the world I'm doing. We have thousands of doctors that do what I do and the speakers tonight. And so thousands of really well-known doctors, because as you learn better, you live better. And I don't know where you're at in the journey. You may be extremely knowledgeable, and I pray that you learn or just get motivated to add one more healthy step, or maybe you're just starting your journey. And this is really important. I want you to know this, that all of us that are speaking tonight used to not be healthy eaters. I was not a healthy eater before I learned what a difference it made. And I started making simple changes. So we're not going to ask you to 180 your diet overnight. We're going to show you some simple things that are easy to implement. And so wherever you are on the journey, I hope you think tonight is inspiring and informative. And my story, I went back to school, learned about nutrition, had 3 daughters. One was extremely picky. I had a very picky eating husband, and I was trying to feed them the #1 plant group, the #1 food group that empowers us to stay healthier. And we'll talk more about this in a minute, but plants. And I was trying to get, back in those days, it was 5 plants a day. And I couldn't even get a variety in one of my picky daughters without a lot of frustration and fussing and whining, putting her head on the table, and you're going to taste that. I don't know if any of y'all deal with that, but I've got a solution. Yay. We dealt with lots of allergies, eczema, fatigue. My husband had chronic joints. Pain. I'll let him tell you more about that. And I did not want to have a heart attack like my mom, my dad, my grandmother, and my grandfather had. And so when I heard about fruits and veg in a capsule, and I was teaching nutrition, and the research was moving away from multivitamins and saying that multivitamins were not helping us, and they might be, and now we know in some instances, harming us. If you want to know more about that, let me know. But I wouldn't look at concentrated fruits and veg in a capsule because I didn't think that's what it was. I thought it was a multivitamin with a few fruits and veg thrown in. Okay. And so when a family member had really fabulous anti-inflammatory results, it changed her life. That's when I dug into the research that we'll cover super briefly tonight, and told my husband, I want the whole family on this. The kids can get it for free. Are you kidding me? And it literally changed our cravings. Okay, that's the start. Change your gut. And I'm going to talk more about how it does that. We have the science. And changed our health destiny. It really changed our entire family's health destiny. But before I go more into all of that, I want to introduce you to a great friend of mine. I just love her. She has such a fabulous story. Tanya Condi. She is an RN, and I just want you to hear what happened to her family when she found concentrated fruits, veg, and berries in a capsule. Tanya?
So hi, everybody. My name is Tanya Condi, and as Debbie said, I am a nurse. I have been a nurse for 23 years, and I have a lot of family health background, dealing with women and children, babies, a lot of education. I've worked in a pediatric office, and I've worked as a school nurse. So I've definitely dealt with a lot of kids and health issues and seeing what this beautiful American diet is doing to us. My family story is that we're a military family. My husband retired 3 years ago after 23 years. But the first 9 to 10 years of the last 9 or 10 years of his career and the first part of our marriage, I was basically raising the kids on my own. So I was rushing the kids to doctor's appointments because somebody was always sick. I have 3 kids, all 2 years apart. They are now 18, 16, and 13 and a half. So I was always rushing them to doctor's appointments, to dentists, to the school, to sports, to church, to birthday parties. I was going. I was definitely on survival mode. My car knew instantly to turn right into some of these fast food restaurants. And I knew that it wasn't good for my kids. And the few times that we could eat at home, it was pizza or a boxed meal with maybe a side of green beans. So as a nurse, I knew I was not on the right path with the kids, but I also had to survive. So I didn't have time to sit down and make these full healthy meals, Joan Cleaver style. And our health started to really show for that. So myself, I wasn't sleeping well. I had chronic headaches, migraines that put me in the bed. My menstrual cycles were absolutely horrible. The cramps, the headaches, the bloating, the everything that lasted 2 or 3 days. I had severe seasonal allergies. My seasonal allergies were so bad that I was taking two daily meds every single day. I was also doing Nasonex every single day. I had an inhaler. I was doing allergy shots, and I carried an EpiPen because my allergies were so severe. They were scared that I was actually going to stop breathing. The worst thing that happened that really opened my eyes that I really need to change this fast food running, the pizza, the everything, is I went for my yearly physical. And up until then, my physicals have always been perfect. I was military myself for 4 years. So I was always active, running, doing all that fun stuff. But she said, Tanya, we have to talk because your LDL, which is the cholesterol level you want low, so L for low, mine was skyrocketing. My HDL, the one you want high, was decreasing, and my cholesterol was triple digits, also high. So I knew something had to change, but I didn't know what to do. Of course, I did try to start including some more fruits and vegetables at the house, but it wasn't enough. And then 4 years ago, I hit rock bottom. I had the stomach bug that kept me in bed for 2 weeks. I ended up losing 10 pounds, didn't get my appetite back. And I ended up calling my neighbor, who's a registered dietitian, and told her everything that was going on. And she had seen my family's journey through all of this. My kids also had severe allergies. My son was also a very picky eater. He was later diagnosed with autism. So that really adds a lot to the picky eating. Sinus infections, ear infections, streps, cold, flu, check. All the things that everybody expects to happen in childhood happened to me and happened to my kids on a monthly basis. So 4 years ago, I got the stomach virus, and my neighbor, the registered dietitian, introduced me to Juice Plus. And I was very skeptical. I'm a nurse and I've heard, so many flyby stuff. And I'm like, no, this can't be true. So of course I did my research. It took me another 4 months to actually commit to it, but I read every research article I could find and everything pointed me to taking it. So I signed us up. And within 1 year, we had such wonderful results. I noticed that we were going to the doctor less. My kids had better reports when they went to the dentist. We were craving fruits and vegetables on a pretty regular basis. I could drive by the fast food without somebody having a meltdown. My menstrual cycles went from, oh my gosh, another 7 days of misery to, oh wait, I'm having a period. So I went from having horrible menstrual cycles, my headaches and migraines went down to hardly nothing. My seasonal allergies were probably one of the most improved. Within 1 year, I was able to come off of all medication. And now I only take an allergy medicine just here and there. Like a typical bottle of Zyrtec will last me 2 years. So it's a huge improvement. My blood work did exactly what I needed it to do. My LDL went back down, my HDL went up, and my total cholesterol went to double digits. My doctor was so impressed. She asked me, what are you doing? I have never seen results this quick. And so I told her I started Juice Plus, and she was like, I want more information and keep doing it. So of course I did. My kids, this is probably the best story I'm going to tell you tonight. The day I started them, we were at my mother-in-law's house, and she has a 3-story house, and I have 5 people in my family. At the same exact time, 3 of my family members went into each bathroom and ended up stopping it up. So it definitely had some really good results. But I don't want you to think that it was like instant run to the bathroom. So you're definitely not going to have that, but you're definitely going to start clearing it all out, which is exactly what we want to do. Get that mess out, literally. Debbie.
Okay, I was trying to unmute. Only a nurse can talk about that so comfortably. I love it. And the health does start in the gut, and we know that now. What incredible results. Aren't you so thankful you said yes, Tanya? Even though sometimes we can be a little stubborn and skeptical, and we should be skeptical, but that's what we're here for tonight, is to show you the proof. And I do want to say that we're not claiming to cure disease, anything like that. We are saying that Juice Plus is concentrated plants, and that it gives your body what it needs so it can do its thing. It's your body, taking care of itself. But without plants, you will not have the gut health and the immune function and the weight management without plants. I'm going to introduce my husband, my handsome husband, Frank Walton. We've been married 38 years, I think. And I will tell you, for the first 20 years, he super frustrated me because he would eat like broccoli under duress and very little other plants. And I'm going to let him tell you the story and the outrageous transformation that I had about given up on. So we're going to trade seats. Frank?
Okay. Hey, everybody. Well, I had no idea that I totally frustrated my wife and drove her crazy. I mean, this is a new revelation for me tonight. So, but no, actually, I am a recovering cokeaholic. I'm a recovering junk food addict. Basically, growing up, I was pretty thin and healthy. In college, I was a cross-country runner. I weighed 160 pounds running cross-country. And then fast forward 20 years after that, and my weight had gone up to 260 pounds. I was, as a preacher, I would sit at a desk and read a lot and that kind of thing. And so I love to I guess the frustration was, going to drink Cokes and just love eating junk food and that kind of thing.
Candy bars.
And candy bars. And oh yeah, now I remember. It frustrated you find all these candy bars in my ashtray in my car and that kind of thing. Okay, now I remember. I did it. So, but really, a person doesn't change unless they really want to. And so really what happened, I guess a turning point for me was I took my daughter to a Christian camp, and someone took a picture of the parents, dropping their kids off, and I was carrying my daughter's luggage, and my gut was enormous. And I just thought, man, I'm bigger than a walrus. I can't, this has got to change. So it's basically, you have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so I developed allergies, I developed sore joints, and I realized I needed to do something. So Debbie says, I started taking Juice Plus just simply because Debbie told me, but really what helped me in starting to lose weight, and Juice Plus is not a weight loss program, it is a get healthy program. So, but the shake was very helpful to me in that it was very filling to me. And so, and you can put all, I would put frozen fruit and bananas and also put some vegetables in it that you can't, like beets, like I don't really like beets, but you can't taste them in the shake. And so I started drinking that every day, and I've been drinking the shake almost every day for the last 16 years. So they taste great, they're filling, and also you can vary the flavor by, the different kinds of frozen fruit that you put in it. But that really was very filling and satisfying. And then my taste would change such that things began to taste too sweet to me. And so like now, even though I used to love Coca-Cola, now it tastes like drinking syrup. And so I have no desire whatsoever, simply because my taste buds have changed, and she's all excited, that kind of thing. So, and then I lost 30 pounds or so. And then another thing is just exercise. I've been, working out and that kind of thing, lost another 10 pounds. So I'm 40 pounds down from my all-time high. But anyway, that's Juice Plus is just, and also I noticed other health things. The thing that I noticed is after just a few weeks taking Juice Plus, walking down the steps, and I noticed my knee stopped hurting. So I'd had sore joints. So I said, this must really work. So thanks, Debbie. And I hope I'm not frustrating you anymore.
No, you're so much better.
Yeah.
I was concerned about him because we're pretty confident he was pre-diabetic, and that happens with the standard American diet, the SAD, it's abbreviated SAD. And so and I remember him saying, we had been taking this various things, and he was taking chondroitin glucosamine and saying it helped his joints a teeny bit. But when he started Juice Plus, it's so anti-inflammatory that the research was ongoing. We didn't have it out yet. I didn't know how anti-inflammatory, but now we do, that it brings down systemic total body inflammation, 17 to 35% in the first 2 months. So if inflammation is the commonality, the problem of all scary disease, you guys, it either causes it or makes it worse. And so he noticed that now this will vary depending on how high your levels of inflammation are, but he noticed his knee within a few weeks. That was pretty extraordinary. So he started kind of thinking this was working. I started outrunning my running partner at 2.5 months, and we thought something was wrong with her. I didn't realize it was Juice Plus, but now it's the research is published in the top sports journal in America. And so I want to back up and say, if you feel like you can't get no satisfaction, like you're always going through the pantry and trying to figure out what it is that would satisfy you, your problem is most likely that you are not well nourished, that the cells and the gut bacteria are crying out for plants. We have over 100 trillion gut bacteria. Okay, think about that. And 1,000 different species of gut bacteria. And the only thing that will feed the good gut bacteria are plants. I really want you to think about that, and plant fiber. That's it. The standard American diet, the cheeseburger, Doritos, French fries, milkshakes, that feeds the bad bacteria. So if you're craving all the stuff you wish, you wouldn't go for, and it seems almost like it controls you, it is. It's your gut bacteria screaming for what it has been fed. But if you start feeding it concentrated plants, and this is the only way I could get a wide variety of plants in my picky husband and all of us. This right here is 35 plants, you guys. And what they do is they take a vine ripened plant, they inspect the farm, soil, seeds. It's the most quality control of any nutritional product in the world. And they chop it into a slurry, skin, seeds and all, flash dry it, and put it in a capsule or a chewable, a delicious gummy. My husband and I take the capsules every day because they're easy, 2 a day of every color. And then we keep the chewables as a treat because it's so satisfying. If you just want a little something, you eat 2 chewables and you're good. You're not craving more and more and more. So here's the good thing. This research has only been out on the gut, brain, immune function for about 10 years, you guys. It's really new and it's growing fast. And now I know what happened to Frank and why his taste changed. And at 2.5 months, now we were on the capsules for 2 months, and then we added the shake at 2 months. And within 2 weeks, he said, Debbie, why are things starting to taste too sweet? This shake has 17 more plants, 13 grams of 4 different plant proteins. It's a complete protein, 8 grams of fiber. But here's the kicker. The fiber, oligosaccharides, is the gut's one of their top preferred fibers, the good gut bacteria. It feeds on it. It craves it. I call this my only addiction. And it is the key, drinking a shake a day, almost every day for 16 years. And that might sound like, how could you do that? They're delicious. They're fabulous. And your body starts craving them. And so what the research now shows is that you give the gut what it needs. So the gut starts healing. And then the brain starts functioning better. And I've got to mention, this wasn't going to be part of the talk, but this is too important. The research, not on Juice Plus Omega, but on omegas in general, is that it may be a big answer to a lot of our anxiety, depression, mental clarity, keeping the brain younger, because you must have omegas for a healthy brain. This is the best omega I have ever seen in my life. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. It's fishless. You don't need the fish. The fish eat the algae and they cook the fish and squeeze the fish and get a lot of ocean toxin problems and heat, which is not good for oils. We just go straight for the algae. It also has pomegranates and sea buckthorn berry, which is proving to be incredible for your health. So you feed the gut. The gut is where about 85% of your immune system is created. So if you do not have a healthy gut, then it's just a matter of time before you start catching every cold and flu and strep, and your allergies go berserko, and autoimmune, Crohn's and MS, and those are all immune dysfunction, you guys. We need to bring the immune system into better balance. And remember, the recommendation of servings of fruits and veg now is 9 to 13, 16 if you have any chronic condition like high blood pressure or aching joints or allergies. That's a chronic condition. And I want to just show you super quickly some of my favorite research studies, but I'm going to flash. That isn't even all of them. This is the only nutritional product in the world with 41 published studies in top medical journals. The Journal of Pediatrics showed that just adding a child's dose of Juice Plus helped lower insulin resistance for young boys, the precursor to diabetes. And I'm convinced that Frank was insulin resistant, if not already into pre-diabetes. The University of Florida tested college kids in law school because they were under a lot of stress. And you know how stress, you're more likely to get sick? It's because your immune system is working overdrive trying to deal with the stress, and it can't fight the cold or flu. And it proved that in 77 days, 2.5 months, it brought the immune system into better balance, not overactive like allergies and Crohn's and MS, not underactive like I'm catching everything going around, okay, but balance by 30%. You guys, 2.5 months, and it just gets better the longer you're taking it. And then, so I could go in and go on and on about the studies, but they're there. Our Omega study just came out showing that it is absorbed, hang on to this, twice as well as a fish omega, twice as well. And we can get you all this research. It's on whoever invited you's website. You can read it for yourself. But the shake is, I really pray that you will start with the capsules, let your body get used to the fiber. But here's the deal. This is incredible right now. Right now, if you have kids that are between the age of 4 through undergraduate college full-time, you can get it free for them, tagged on to an adult order, free for 4 years. If you'll just fill out 3 health surveys a year, that will take you about 10 minutes on their health changes, okay? Our results were so profound. My daughter that had the real picky eater was the one that would bring home the colds and viruses. Our pediatrician wanted to know what in the world I had done for her. Our pediatrician looked at the research and said it just makes sense. And she ordered for her and her son. And the first thing she said she noticed was clearer thinking. And I thought to myself, I'm glad my kid's doctor is thinking clearer. Because what your brain only has to function on what you're feeding it. And so you can get not only the free child, but you can get 15 servings of this shake for free. That's a very short-term offer, that 15 servings of shake for free. Don't let that slip by, because it's a great time to try the shake. But the shake is very inexpensive. It's $2.30 a serving for a powerhouse. Make it a meal by throwing in a couple of fruits, okay, or a fruit, something, you know. And so we have the research proving this is the most researched nutritional product in the world, proving what we say is in it, nothing else, no toxins, pesticides, it's clean, it's non-genetically modified, it's just certified super clean. Like I said, it has the best quality control of any product I've ever seen. But there's one more element. So you'll start your Juice Plus journey. If you decide to add it, you will have a customer care extraordinaire experience. Our team, our goal is to help you take your healthy back. So we'll text and we'll ask, are you remembering your Juice Plus? Is there anything else I can do for you? And if you want this, you will have the third element to success, okay? The third element after the capsules and the shake is a community of like-minded people. I want to ask you, who do you hang out with? Do you hang out with people that say, let's go get a hamburger and fries and pizza and, you know, Coca-Cola, or those horrible milkshakes, okay? You know, do you hang out with those people? Or do you hang out with people that say, let's whip up a fabulous, blow your mind, delicious, mostly plant-based recipe that's super easy, that you will eat guilt-free, super satisfied and go, how can that taste so good? I promise you, we have those recipes. My saying is 7 healthy recipes will change your life. We have a private Facebook group that we'll put you in that's a community of like-minded people, people that are striving to do better and encourage one another. And we've got lots of health coaches in there, a wide variety. We gift super simple exercises that will change your life. But I tell people, don't even start exercising if you aren't until you've been taking Juice Plus a few weeks. Then you're going to feel like moving your body. I love that. So we have a program starting the first week in November. It's called 10 Days to Shred the Unhealthy Habits. If you want to jump in and really dive deep and get yourself in really improved shape going into Thanksgiving. And here's a tip for you. If you're not going to do our shape, find a super healthy meal that you can do before the holiday party. I do a small shake before the holiday party. And then this is my recovery after Thanksgiving. Okay, we're going to give some healthy Thanksgiving recipes, but you're going to want your favorites too. We're not like you can never eat, anything unhealthy again. Okay, it's what do you eat most of the time? What do you eat 80, 85, 90% of the time? And so I use the shake as a recovery after Thanksgiving. But I have found that over the years, I don't tend to overindulge as much because my body's so satisfied. I can literally have a small piece of my favorite pie occasionally, and I don't want any more. How would it feel to be in that kind of control? So ask whoever invited you, get all your questions answered. It's incredibly inexpensive. You can start for as little as $1.66 a day for 50 plants. That's these 2, and get a child for free. That's crazy. 20 plants, I'm sorry. $1.66 a day and get the free shake and a child for free. Or maybe you want to add the omega and the berry because you want as maxed out nutrition as you can possibly have. And I will tell you, since I added the omega, my hair has improved even more, and my vision and my memory. And that's my results. Let's see what it will do for you. Oh, and skin. Oh my goodness, it's so good for your skin. We have a research published in the top skin journal in the world, not just America. This was in the top skin journal in the world. So I could go on and on, but we've got to end this. I'm going to stop the recording and we're going to take some questions. So thank you so much. Hang on just a second.